Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Monday Night Raw, or Moonday Night Raw. Hi, Tony Schiavone, with Pat McAfee and with Wade Barrett. And today on Monday Night Raw, or Moonday Night Raw, we have Santa Claus, or Father Yule, here today on Monday Night Raw, or Moonday Night Raw. And since it is Yule time, we'll see Santa Claus or Father Yule all through the 11th month going into the 12th month here in the toy wrestling gathering. And we doing it long before WWE or OVW or AEW does theirs. Or long before anyone else does theirs. You got that right, Pat McAfee says. We're going to see Father Yule here today on Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw. I look forward to seeing him, and I hope that he gives us a gift, an early Yule gift. Well, I can tell you one thing about Father Yule. He only works like one time a year, and that's on the 24th going into the 25th. And that's just only for what he does for Western Christendom for Yule. Mind see what he does for Eastern Christendom for Yule. But then again, what is he doing for the rest of the year? No one really knows. No one cares. I just don't really care to see him at all. Well, Wade Barrett, that's the main thing to say, because I thought everyone would be happy, to see Santa Claus or Father Yule or whatever you want to call him. Tony Schiavone says. Yeah, Wade Barrett says, but then again, he most likely is on the bad list. And that's why he's unhappy to see him. Alright. Ho, ho, ho. Happy Yule. It's me, Santa Claus. Also known as Father Yule. And I just want to say that soon I'll be making my rounds. I'll be going around the world in one night. Well, kind of like half lying, because I'm only going the world. I kind of cheat, say what it is. I kind of cheat. I don't go around the whole world in one night. I go to half the world in one night for Western Christendom, since they do Yule in the 12th month, and then I have to go around the world again, half the world for Eastern Christendom, since they do Yule in the first month. So yeah, I'm not going around the world in one night. Alright? I'm going to be earnest with you folks. But with also the one thing that I truly am going to do is I do look at that list. I do seek it more than once. And I do seek out, who's been good and, who's been bad. But that's not me putting those folks on that list. That's God, that's Jesus putting folks on the list. And all of those misdeeds, that speak of, well, all those sins and misdeeds are forgivable. Now, a lot of folks will have been scathing me over the years, and they'll say, well, Father Yule, you got nothing to do with, they'll say, well, you took Yule from Jesus, so you should be ashamed of yourself. No, I did not take Yule away from Jesus. Some folks up there believe that. Why they believe that, I don't know. But I didn't take Yule away from Jesus. Yule will always be Jesus' birthday. I help keep everyone happy and glee for that day. I keep the happiness of Jesus' birthday. I help keep the glee of Jesus' birthday. I help keep the happiness and glee of Jesus' birthday Yule alive. keep folks happy for it. You know, show the folks the same kind of kindness and forgiveness that Jesus showed when he was alive. But as everyone will kindly show you, I cannot do any of the things that Jesus does. I mean, Jesus healed the sick, the wounded, and the handicapped. Jesus atoned for sin through his beatings and through his death. Jesus even had those sins washed away through the blood which was spilt during those beatings and also through his death. And all I can do is show that love and that kindness and that forgiveness that Jesus showed others when he was alive. So, that's all I can do. Ow. Well, one more thing before I go out. Yes, I have been looking at gifts, you know, and I am wondering, you know, well, anyway, I do got gifts, you know, that I'm going to have to, I do have gifts that I will be giving out to folks sooner or later, so I'm going to have to, shit. Ow. So I'm gonna be going now. Well, I guess you heard from Father Yule, you heard from Santa Claus, you know, and I know some folks are thinking, well, isn't someone going, come out, isn't someone going to come out, and somehow, seek to besmirch it? Yeah, it's bullshit when they can only seek one offshoot of me. Okay. Well, oh no, she spoke too soon, Tony Chevalier said, because now here comes Drew McIntyre now. Oh, you're coming out here giving out gifts. You're coming out here running your mouth, Father Yule, like anyone cares. I'll tell you what, I want a gift. I want the TWF heavyweight winnings. And no, I don't mean some bullshit toy one. I mean the true one. Well, the way I look at that, so Drew McIntyre, you want the TWF, heavyweight winnings, which is held by Cody Rhodes, which, by the way, he's on the good list, and you're on the bad list. So the way I look at it is that, no, I can't give you that. I can give you the toy one, which I don't know you're not gonna be happy with that, and you're on the bad list. So no, I can't do that. Oh, you can't or you won't do it, Drew McIntyre says, because I know that you because I know that at the end of the day, I have no choice but to tell you you're fired. Nope, that's not the answer. And I know that you're not. That I know that that's bullshit. And that I want, that I know that I want it now. So don't lie to me and say, oh, all right, Jack Sparrow says, I have heard quite enough of you and your ship. And there has been a lot of digging we had to go through for me to come out. And you're on the bad list. Mine see that one, Jack. Mine see insight shit. Oh. Insight that one. Drew McIntyre. The man who guilts and shames everyone else for everything out, for things that never go right. And you want Father Yule to give you a gift. You want him to give you, poof, there, the TWF heavyweight winnings. How dumb do you think everybody is? That's not going to happen. There's a lot of good wrestlers back there. And each one of them has sticked in line, you know, and has been yielding for some time. Ow. Oh, man. You know, have been yielding for some time to get a shot for the TWF heavyweight winnings. Yeah. Come on, fuck. So you should just go in the back of the row. At least that's what I think. You should go in the back of the row. You know? You're not going to tell me to go to the back of the row, Jack Sparrow, you shithead. I'm not going to bloody listen to anything you have to say. Because I'm 10 times more skilled than you. And I'm 10 times more skilled than you are. And Father Yule is going to give me the gift. Yeah, I will. But if you keep that up, and if you keep that up, then I'm going to give you Blackstone for Yule. Oh, listen up here, playa. This isn't how it's going to go. Ric Flair's not is no longer overseeing things. That's me, playa. So you want to come out here and hold up the show and bitch at Father Yule for not being a TWF heavyweight fighter. Well, I think what you should do is that we should have a match between Drew McIntyre and Jack Sparrow. Whoever wins will have the right to fight Cody Rhodes at Christmas Chaos, Yule Madness, for the TWF heavyweight winnings. Can you hear that now, playa? Yeah, I hope you hear that now. Ho, ho, ho. Gotta go now. Happy Yule. Well, yeah, Wade Barrett says Father Yule getting in someone's lair and saying ho, ho, ho. Yeah, that's so fun. And Jack Sparrow, you know, should have minded his own business. Do you think? Well, Tony Schiavone says, the way we look at this, Jack Sparrow, you know, who is a former two-time TWF heavyweight fighter in his own right, and so is Drew McIntyre. But Drew McIntyre has to watch out, and Drew McIntyre coming after and striking down Jack Sparrow with those blows. He wanted to do a claymore kick, and down goes Jack Sparrow, Tony Schiavone says. And the gall of him to come out and ask for Father Yule to give him the TWF heavyweight winnings as a gift, Tony Schiavone says. Yeah, Drew McIntyre doesn't want to put in the time or put in the work, Pat McAfee says. He wants it to be handed to him like a gift. He wants to open it up on your morning or your eve, and he wants that to be a gift. No, he wants it to be an early Yule gift. Well, no, the TWF heavyweight winnings is not some gift you can get at your gathering of lights or gathering of followership. Sorry. Yeah, Wade Barrett says it's like winning the soup is winning the Over Bowl. You win that, but you gotta put in the time, put in the work. But hey, I know some teams in the NFL that wish that wins were given to them too. 1, 2 and a kick out. What's that mean? Pat McAfee says. Some teams in the NFL that you know of that wish they were given the win and shouldn't have to put the work in. I hope you're not talking about the teams that I played for. No one's talking about the teams you played for, Pat McAfee. I'm just talking about there are some teams out there feel that way. And Jack Sparrow does have the right to feel that way. I mean, Drew Mack has the right to feel that way because he should be the TWF heavyweight fighter. He shouldn't have to go hop for all these bullshit hoops and bloody hoops and everything. And now Jack Sparrow disclaimer kicked it down. Drew McIntyre. And we do know that Jack Sparrow has put in the time and he has put in the work. He is a 2-time TWF heavyweight fighter, as we said earlier, Tony Schiavone says. And Drew McIntyre, you know, he will not believe it, he is a 2-time TWF heavyweight fighter too. And Cheater Shot DDT. Well, Pat McAfee says that's true. He's a former 2-time WWE heavyweight fighter, a 1-time WWE NXT heavyweight fighter, a 1-time TNA heavyweight fighter, 1-time EPW heavyweight fighter. Here it comes. And Drew McIntyre getting, and Jack Sparrow wants to do a splash. Oh, he just missed. Jack Sparrow just missed with whatever he was going to do. And Drew McIntyre just did a Claymore kick to Liebman Jack Sparrow, Tony Schiavone says. Yep, this is good, Wade Barrett said. You beat that Walt Disney self. You beat that Disney self. Hey, some of our good friends in the toy wrestling gathering happen to be Disney selves, Pat McAfee says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. And now, the Nut has the right to fight Cody Rhodes at Christmas Chaos or Yule Madness, or I guess we'll say Final Revolution. Jack, Drew McIntyre. Well, I feel sorry for Drew McIntyre. I feel sorry for Jack Sparrow. His dream to fight Cody Rhodes for the TWF heavyweight winnings is most likely not going to happen. But hopefully one day Jack Sparrow will get his shot. Shit. For the TWF for the TWF heavyweight winnings. Tony Schiavone says. Well, we can only hope, Pat McAfee says, that one day that happens. But now that creep, that shithead, Drew McIntyre, is now going to be fighting Cody Rhodes coming up later on this month. And I feel kind of sorry, and I wish it was Jack Sparrow, because at the end of the day, I think Jack Sparrow would have do more good than Drew McIntyre. But that's just me. Stand up. Stand up. Take it away now, Sarah Shiver. Thank you, Tony Schiavone. I'm going to be talking with Drew McIntyre here today on Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw. Alright, Drew McIntyre, you now have the luck, your opening to fight Cody Rhodes at Christmas Chaos or Yule Madness or Final Resolution, whatever the name of the show is. And hopefully you hope to become a 3-time TWF heavyweight fighter. Well, let me tell you something, Sarah Shiver. That's my goal. And I worked a long bloody time to get back up here. And so I put Jack Sparrow, I put him out. No, I shouldn't even have to wrestle. That strap should have been given to me. But no, Father Yule wants to be a shithead, you know. And Theodore Long, who I guess is now the new main wicker of the TWF now, comes out and wants to fuck me over and made me fight Leadman Jack Sparrow. He ain't no Leadman. But guess what, Cody Rhodes? You're going to be dealing with this Highlander fighter. And I'm going to Claymore kick your head off your shoulders. And you're going to see me as a 3-time TWF heavyweight fighter. And there's nothing you can do about it, Cody Rhodes. You had some fun with your match with Harry Potter and your match with Wonder Woman. But now you're going to deal with me, Drew McIntyre. Now, you wanted Father Yule to come out and give you the TWF heavyweight winnings as a Yule gift. Yeah, I did. And if I see him again, he's a dead man. Well, that's my talk with Drew McIntyre. Back to you, Tony Schiavone. Thank you, Sarah Shiver. And that's all the time we got here for Monday Night Raw, or Moon Night Raw. I, Tony Schiavone, with Pat McAfee and Wade Barrett. We hope you like Monday Night Raw or Moon Night Raw, and we'll see you tomorrow for NXT.